host, Red. I got a video today from Cosmoverse. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Being alone for the holidays sucks, dude.
Is anybody else feeling so frustrated with the fact that they're single?
If you're single, then you know that this time of year can be really lonely and just feel extra hard.
I don't know if any.
It's weird how people feel about holidays and stuff like that. I don't mind being alone on the holidays. I'm kind of used to it. It's not a big deal. I guess everybody attributes holidays to family and spending time with family, but if you're doing that throughout most of your time and most of your years, it's not a big deal if it's just the holidays.
Anyone feels this way during the holidays. If you're single, sometimes it really gets to.
Many modern women are feeling lonely, sad, that they don't have a man to spend Christmas with.
The holidays are here. Probably one of the harder times to be single.
Just another holiday season spent alone. But if you're
Even for me, my girl was here during Christmas, but my computer crapped out like 2-3 days before, and I was trying to fix it. I spent 2 days trying to fix the PC. I couldn't fix it, so I didn't do videos for 2 days, and I ended up just buying a new PC from Micro Center and a new graphics card and trying to install everything and put everything. I ended up working from, I think, 5 a.m. all the way until about 9 p.m. on Christmas, trying to catch up back on videos, getting everything ready, installing everything. That's why probably my first video you guys saw back a couple days ago had really bad audio, because I didn't realize how to set up the audio again. I had to go rewatch all the YouTube videos that I've watched before to reset up the audio properly on OBS and my mic and my whole mixer and everything. It was a bit.
you're spending the holidays alone, it doesn't mean you're not loved.
I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house.
Hey, I'm 38 too, but I don't got 3
War
cats.
waits for no one, even on holidays. It's got many modern women weeping. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our
Give
sole
this channel
form of
some support.
Thank you.
The holiday season can be magical for some people, but also very lonely and isolating for others. If you're struggling this holiday season, I want you to know you're not alone.
All of this is to get sympathy from people and make people feel sorry for them, that they're lonely on Christmas. Why are you making videos of you crying alone on Christmas? It is a sad thing to be doing, and it's a sad thing for people to be watching.
If you're sad about being single at Christmas, just remember,
We're just making fun of
being
it.
in a relationship where your partner goes away to visit their family, is really bad at communicating, doesn't communicate with you while you're gone, so you feel anxious and you feel like they're cheating on you, and you just feel really bad. But you don't have to do that because you're not in a relationship, so it's fine.
Just another holiday season spent alone. And I want all of you out there to know that if you're spending the holidays alone, it doesn't mean you're not loved. You maybe not be.
Why do you have to come make a video and explain this to people, that just because you're spending the holidays alone, working or whatever it is, you're not loved? Shut up.
Loved by the people you wish loved you, but you are loved.
It's like the projection from these women. This is how I feel, so I'm sure everybody else feels this way, so I'm going to try to console their feelings by consoling my own feelings, but I'm telling them to console their feelings, really, but I'm just trying to console my own feelings.
And there's a reason why we're going through this, even if we don't see it yet. So you stay strong, and you remember that waking up on Christmas morning with your breath, with food, with a roof over your head, a car to drive, is a lot to be thankful for, even if you're doing it alone. And I love you. I do.
The wall wins every time indeed. The fact is, many women are feeling lonely, especially during the holidays. They're spending Christmas by themselves, scrolling through social media,
Seeing all of the fake couples putting up all the nice Christmas lights that they're going to go watch, all the nice dinners they're doing, the nice presents they're buying each other. It's all fake anyways.
watching others celebrate with their families and loved ones, and realizing they have no one to share it with. The festive season, which is supposed to be a time of warmth, connection, and togetherness, becomes a painful reminder of their isolation. The silence of a holiday spent alone is deafening, and the loneliness just hits harder.
I want to know the worst part about being single during the holiday season.
What
It's
is it?
having to go drive yourself around to look at Christmas lights. Because one, not only do I have to buy my own hot chocolate, but then I also have to drive myself and pay attention to not only the lights, but also...
I know where this is. At least in my city, it's close by. It's like the Brea neighborhood, where almost everybody in the neighborhood has their lights decorated and their house decorated. It's like an almost an hour drive in that neighborhood, just going around seeing everything. I think that's what she's talking about. But yeah, it sucks to do it by yourself.
Also the road, so I
No
don't
passenger
hit people.
princess for you.
This is my first Christmas in years being single, and you know, I'm okay. I'm sad, but I'm okay. And
I got a question, guys. When people like dye their hair, but they don't dye their eyebrows, and their eyebrows look like this, but then their hair looks like this, does this look awkward to you guys? Because I think it looks awkward.
I think it's just because it's the holiday, and I'm used to spending it with someone else. But that's okay. So I'm okay. I'm okay.
No, ma'am,
You are not.
okay. It's painfully obvious that this woman is hurting. She openly mentioned that this is the first time she's spending Christmas by herself, and the weight of that reality is written all over her face. This moment is more than just a lonely Christmas. It's a turning point. It forces her to confront her emotions, her choices, and the path that led her here. Regret may be creeping in, along with a longing for connection and a yearning to turn things around. She's hurting, not just because she's physically alone, but because the emotional support and love she once had, or hoped to have, are glaringly absent.
Does anyone else it doesn't feel like Christmas this year? Just doesn't. And I've just accepted that it's not going to. I don't know what it is, if it's that I'm like depressed and alone, or if it's just generally like not my thing this year. It does not skip. I just want to skip the whole thing.
Why no one talks about how hard it is to spend Christmas alone? What are you talking about? Everybody's talking about it. There's so many videos about it. We had to make whole video series of it.
Why did you turn your camera on for this?
I don't think anybody can prepare you for your first Christmas single. It's all these new...
You do realize almost all of you have had Christmas single before. It's called when you were younger, before you started dating. It wasn't a problem. I don't think you guys were all in relationships since you guys were 15 until now.
changes and all these new things I'm going through, and it like hit me this morning, and it's just, it sucks.
Did it hit you in the face? Because it looked like it hit you in the face.
To be honest, it sucks. And not that I need a man, but I want one. I want that partner. And it just sucks. It just sucks. Anyways, I know a lot of you can relate, and I'm hoping that Christmases get easier and easier. I don't think I'll be single forever, but this first one definitely is hitting. Definitely.
Well, madam, your Christmas will continue to suck unless you go and put yourself out there. But if you don't think you need a man but want one, then why do you desire one to spend Christmas with you? It's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? If you truly feel like you don't need anyone, why is it that the holidays, a time when togetherness and companionship are at the forefront, bring that desire to the surface? Wanting a man for Christmas could mean more than just company. Maybe it's about having someone to share the experiences, the warmth, and the deeper connection that we all crave. But if you're not willing to make room in your life for that connection, it's hard to expect it to show up.
Hi Divas. I was curious, is anyone else feeling a little bit lonely this season, especially those who are now in their 20s? It is.
Again, I even feel bad because I did not pay attention to my girlfriend at all during Christmas because I was busy doing this. Even after that, I'm still behind on videos, guys. because I do 5 videos a day, and 2 days I couldn't do videos. And I'm always 3 days ahead. So you guys know I'm always 3 days ahead. So I have to catch back up now. I feel bad, but this is your grind. This is your purpose, right? You got to put things on the back burner that are not as important, which would be, spending time with your girl to get your job done, even if it's Christmas.
It's Christmas Eve still, and I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow to family
Oh,
and
okay.
opening
When she said, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow, I'm like, how do you know?
things under the Christmas tree. It's me. And that's okay. I'm fine with it being just me. I definitely have some things that I have planned, but I just think that it's definitely a very isolating and lonely feeling.
I don't know if anyone feels this way during the...
I believe there are men that made similar videos, just not as apparent as women are, but it's also, they don't care for men's emotions like we usually would anyways, like these women.
holidays. If you're single, sometimes it really gets to me. Usually just during the holidays, because it would be nice to be with somebody. I'm going to be surrounded by friends and family and people that love me and stuff, but it's
She is not okay,
Yeah.
guys. She is not
sometimes
okay.
it's just nice to have a significant other, whether it be a boyfriend or a husband or whatever it may be. I am divorced and haven't dated in a while. Don't trust anybody, don't trust myself. But yeah, the holidays can really get to me sometimes. And I'm sure there are single people out there that feel the same way. So I know it can't just be me. It gets a little down on the dump sometimes.
Is that what they do these for affirmation that, oh, I'm not the only one that's feeling this way? You guys are all feeling this way too, and I'm just making a video so we can all connect?
So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'll get over it.
Will you?
I believe that if these women truly wanted the wifey and husband life, they would have gone and got it. I mean, they've all fought for their independence when it comes to everything else, careers, finances, etc. Now take this divorced woman, for example. She's spending the holidays alone, and you can see the sadness in her eyes. It's clear she wants the connection, but she refuses to date because she doesn't trust anyone. She's afraid of being vulnerable again. Sounds to me like you've got a problem, madam. You can't sit back, lamenting your loneliness, while simultaneously refusing to take any action to change your situation.
Women always push therapy all the time, right? Go see a therapist, especially on us men to go see therapy. Why don't they ever go to therapy?
The longer she stays in her comfort zone, the harder it will be to break free from the cycle of sadness and loneliness.
It would make a perfect gift for Christmas. Just saying.
Try your best not to let it get to you when your family asks you why you're still single this weekend. I know that's easier said than done, but trust me, they're not asking you this because there's something wrong with you. They're asking you because they're insecure about their own lives, and so they're trying to project onto other people.
What? No, because they want you to live a fulfilled life and they want you to have kids.
Another Christmas alone. If you were to ask me 10 years ago if I'd be single at 32, I'd probably scoff at you and laugh, proudly telling you that I for
Why did you set up 2 socks if you're single?
sure would be married with multiple kids by now. I had a moment today on the phone with a friend where I broke a bit. The truth is I'm tired. I'm tired of taking care of myself. I'm tired of being the single one of the group. I'm tired of being on my own.
You guys hear that, right? I'm just tired of taking care of myself. They can't even do the basics of taking care of themselves for long periods of time. So she, got taken care of until almost 18, or pretty much 18. From 18 to 32, she lived on her own, and now she's already tired of it and wants to be taken care of again. Women.
I often get asked how I keep the faith. How do I keep my head up, still being single at 32, seeing it happen for everyone all around
14 years,
me?
my bad.
And my
Bad
answer
math.
is simple. I know it's going to happen for me, so I'm not operating from a perspective or a potential that it might not. I truly believe it's just a matter of time. So really, it's not about keeping your chin up or keeping the faith. It's about getting yourself to a point where you truly believe that your person is out there.
Many women end up in this position.
Why do you believe it? And how do you force yourself to truly believe that there's somebody out there for you? There's like just one particular person that's going to match you perfectly.
Where they find themselves reflecting on how their life choices and decisions didn't align with the kind of life they...
It's funny that she put the stockings on that little cupboard thing, but she has a whole fireplace here to put stockings on.
Truly wanted to live. This woman, in particular, is tired of being alone. She's surrounded by reminders of what she's missing. Hearing from friends who are celebrating with their partners and families. It's a stark contrast to her own reality, where she's left wondering why she's the one still by herself. The pain she feels isn't just about being single during the holidays. It's the growing realization that time is passing and the life she thought she'd have is slipping further out of reach. She doesn't just want someone to share Christmas with. She longs for the love, companionship, and sense of belonging that she sees her friends enjoying.
True.
If you live alone like me, you know that the holiday season can feel so lonely sometimes.
I just want to check in.
Again, why do you guys all live alone? This is why you guys are all broke, dusty, musty crusties. You guys want to look like that independent boss babe and live in your own place. When I've lived in with roommates majority of my life until I was married. And then after that, I mean, technically, I always lived with someone because I was married. But after that, I still lived with the roommates because it's just so much cheaper and easier.
With all the single girls during this holiday season, because I feel like loneliness decides to amp up to like a positive 50 during the months of November, December, and then January and February. Yeah, it's rough, and I get it because I have been single for the last 32 years during this time and every other time, as you know by my account. I feel like I've been keeping really busy, which has been a great antidote to loneliness, like doing things with friends, focusing on going full speed with my career dreams. But that doesn't mean the thoughts of loneliness don't creep in, especially with Christmas coming up. I will be fifth wheeling my family once again, so my mom and my dad, my sister and her fiance, and then there'll be me. And especially having to accept the fact that I was so sure I was gonna meet my future husband this year, and I didn't. I mean, that's not to say
How are they so for sure about these things?
God can't move very rapidly within the next month and a half, but you know, there's a very real and possible chance that I will still be single at the end of December. And instead of focusing on what I don't have, I've been trying to focus on all that I do have. Like how much I have personally grown internally and even externally, because I did have a glow up in the beginning of the year. What I am celebrating is my level.
You're 32. Hit the wall.
Of confidence. I feel like I am at a point where I just know my worth. I think another thing that helped was when I was about to go on a date with someone who matched up a lot of the requirements on my list. And you know us girls, we kind of spiral with our thinking, and I immediately was like, this is it. This is the end of my single season. And I was just sitting in my apartment that I live in alone, that I was able to decorate as girly as I wanted. And I was like, I miss it. I miss it already. And so that mindset even was very helpful, because I'm like, okay, this is a season that I am definitely going to miss. And so I'm just trying to embrace and soak in every day, no matter how long it feels, no matter how lonely it may feel. I know that it's temporary, and we always want a season that we're not in, I feel. So yeah.
How is it temporary when it's been 32 years already, girl?
I hope this video can just give you encouragement and know that you are seen and you are heard. Maybe we can use the comments to encourage each other. If there's anything you're struggling with, if there's any questions you have, let us all know, because we're in this together. And I believe 2025, that will be our year. I've been saying that every year for the past 15, but you know what? 2025 seems more promising.
So this is a woman who's been single for 32 years, and every time on Christmas, she finds herself alone. And again this year, she's planning on just showing up to her family's Christmas with no partner by her side. You mean to tell me that she had all of last year, all that time to try and find a suitable man, and she still came up empty-handed? The issue is right there. And she told you exactly what it is. It's her checklist. She's got a list of things a man has to meet before she even considers him. And that's where she's missing the mark. Women like that end up single the longest because they're so focused on finding the perfect man that they overlook the importance of connection, compatibility, and growth.
I feel like there should maybe like 3 major things on a list. If they can meet those things, you're pretty much good. Everything else is a bonus.
Together. A checklist, while it might sound like a practical way to find someone who ticks all the boxes, often ends up being more of a barrier than a solution.
Who else is dreading Christmas? I'm newly single. Well, I'm divorced. And I haven't had a Christmas without a partner since like, I don't know, it's been like 5-6 years.
And again, we're pretty sure you caused the divorce. Not guaranteed, but but you're the one that caused it, and now you're the one that's sad and lonely on Christmas.
And it's weird. I don't know. Just not having, it's great not having to go to 2-3 different households for the holidays, but at the same time you kind of miss it. No one really talks about when you go through a breakup or, something of that sort. You don't just miss your partner, your previous partner, you also miss their family because you spent so much time with them. I don't want to admit it, but it's true. I miss that.
I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine.
So she's pretty much the woman version of me, but I don't have cats.
But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same. And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now.
Should we do that now, lady?
I have such a complicated relationship with this time of year. I really do. Because I have a complicated relationship with being single. There's a part of me that really values my life and my time to myself and my independence. And then there's a part of me that feels really embarrassed about admitting that I want to be in a relationship. And
feminism.
I think a big part of that is it makes me feel like maybe I'm being needy or I'm being clingy and all these I don't know what it is.
It is just your natural desire to have a mate and to be with someone. Men have it and women have it. But women seem to think they don't need no man.
But it's almost embarrassing. It is. I feel embarrassed to be 38 and single and never married. I also think a part of me feels forgotten by God.
I don't think 38 and divorced is much better in a sense.
Or the universe. Because I feel like I've done so much internal work on myself, and yet I feel like I can't seem to attract my person into my life. And even saying all of this out loud feels really cringy, which is why I'm making myself say it out loud and admit it. Because I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same way. But it makes I have a really hard time not wondering what is wrong with me. And I have to stop
And you should be thinking, what's wrong with you? How can you fix some things? What were the issues in your last relationships or that you attempted? Why aren't people approaching you? Ask the men around you what's wrong.
Myself from going down that spiral because it can get very dark when I start to think of.
Well, of course, but you have to still think about it. You have to adjust.
The reality is, at my age, I may never have children at this point. And that makes me really sad. And there is a reality in which I don't ever find somebody. And that makes me really sad. And so the tension this year for me is allowing myself to have those wants, but then also allowing myself to embrace that maybe I am enough for myself.
The contradictory thought processes are just so stupid. I'm good enough for myself, but I still want some. But I still good enough for myself, but I want someone. Can't you just want someone and then work towards it? because you want someone.
So I guess I'm just sharing this for other people out there who may be single and having the same thoughts and feelings this holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. You're not alone.
Well, it's human nature to want a relationship.
True.
So it's not really needy. The reason she finds herself 38 and single is likely because she's very independent. She mentions she feels forgotten, but she feels forgotten because independence, while empowering, can sometimes create distance between her and others. Right now, at 38, she's struggling to find a man because, over the years, she's built a life that revolves around her own success and self-sufficiency. The more time she spends focusing on her career, personal goals, and independence, the less space she has left to nurture relationships. The longer this goes on, the harder it can be to let down her guard and open up to someone new.
True.
While independence is good, this is the isolation it can cause if not managed.
This is why it's hard to want to deal with women that never been in relationships, especially when they hit 20s, like later 20s or even in their 30s, never been in a relationship. They don't know how to act in a relationship because they've never experienced it.
Sometimes strips away the family life from women who walks this path.
It's just sad to see women battling with themselves, battling with the strong, independent boss babe. And I need a man. I want to be taken care of. I want to live a soft life. You can't have both, ladies. It just doesn't work that way. Please, like,